What if there's a universe in this multiverse we call home, where Odin, having seen that his fate is just to die in Valhalla, instead of fighting this, chooses not to fight at all, but instead graciously accepts his fate?
Well, then the world goes into ashes, and there's nothing else, I guess.
I mean, he doesn't rally his people. He doesn't do anything to try and prevent it. He doesn't trap Fenrir, I think it was Fenrir, Loki's kid, and just trick him into being bound until Ragnarok. He doesn't send Hel over to rule over the dead. He's like, just do whatever the fuck you want. He's just a real chill dude. Completely changes the story. Because
See, like,
what's that?
Like, for now we're getting into real iffy territory of, like, the reason why the Jotuns hate Odin is because he killed Ymir to make Earth. So if we're assuming that Ymir still got killed to make Earth, then, like, the Jotuns are still mad at him. So, like, they're still gonna try to, like, kill the Aesir and do all that shit.
Well, yeah. We're not changing the origin, but afterwards, let's pretend that Odin, being the god of wisdom, has some fucking character development where he's like, fuck it, let me not be a dick anymore.
See, like, I mean, that would probably, like, do some things. Except Frey's still gonna be horny, Loki's still gonna be a dick and kill Balder. So, like, I don't know, maybe you get, like
Fenrir at least literally says, hey, I would never have betrayed you if you didn't betray me. So he's got Fenrir on his side this time.
Does he say that?
I'm pretty sure. It was I remember what book it was that I was
yeah. I mean,
like,
we already established
I
fucking read. Yeah. I read Aesir propaganda, so, like, I mean, I can pull out my Aesir propaganda book and see what it says.
What it literally was, in what I heard, rather, was they were hanging out with Loki's 3 kids, Hel, Fenrir, and Jormungandr. Or Jormungand, whatever. And they're just like, what do we fucking do with this snake? And someone was like, just throw it in the ocean. So they did.
Yeah.
Not a great idea. What about this one? And half of the people who were looking at her thought, wow, that is the most ugly thing I've ever seen. Holy shit. And the other half were talking to her normally, and the people who thought, wow, that's the most ugly thing I ever seen, were like, why are these people talking to her like it's nothing? Like she doesn't have a corpse for a face. Because talking about Hel, half of her body was alive and the other half was dead. And Fenrir was just like a puppy who just kept growing along the trip, and was really friendly with Tyr. And eventually it got to the point where they were like, you're so strong, how about we test your strength with this? Try and bind yourself with this, try and bind yourself with that, until they got to the crazy bullshit they eventually actually bound him with.
The beard of a woman, the footfalls of a cat,
the
fucking
spit of a bird, the roots of a mountain. That was one of them.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck,
and
some
he's
mountain
like, and Fenrir, despite being so down to prove his strength before this, is like, something is hella sus about this. Let me not fucking just fucking leave this.
Yo, Tyr, you're my buddy. Like,
no, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that. He was like, hey, I will only agree to this if one of you puts your hand in my mouth. If however, I'm incapable of breaking through this, and you guys let me out, I will not bite your hand. But if you trick me, I will bite your fucking hand off. And nobody wanted to fucking do it, except for Tyr, who actually was fond of fucking Fenrir at the time. So it's like, shit. Tyr knows what's going on. I'm pretty sure Tyr was the one that suggested it. I'm dead. But yeah, after they bind him, and after he bites the hand off, he's like, if you guys hadn't betrayed me, I would have been a friend to the Aesir.
The place where he bit it off is now called the wolf joint, the wrist.
Oh, that's neat. It's nice to know that a part of my body is named not for anything to do with that body part, but for the dismemberment of a god. Yeah, like if after the inciting incident, if well, I mean, actually, no. The real important thing is when does this character development for Odin take place?
Well,
That
see, at a certain point, you have to ask yourself: is this a situation of by not fighting fate, are you then fighting fate? To quote the Ogloff asshole hero who got murdered for asking these questions, because like at a certain point, Fenrir is prophesied to like do his thing, you know. So like, will he just do it a different way?
will there be a
It's just not
different reason for his betrayal? Which there could be.
Yeah.
There legitimately could be. But at that point, it's no longer Odin being the shithead. And with Odin not being the shithead, that changes the dynamic of the story. No longer is it somebody selfishly trying to. Fuck, what is the word I'm looking for here?
Yeah, but if you know that someone's going to do something bad, and you try to prevent it, you know, we're getting the preemptive strike territory here now. Of course, that is.
Well, no, it's not a preemptive strike at this point. Because it's literally just Odin is no longer doing the preemptive strikes, and even if he was doing the preemptive... I guess...
Well, no, I'm saying that for the first time. Because, like... I mean, I'm just going to keep it real with you here. I'm on the Wikipedia page. It's not saying anything about Fenrir being a good guy. Which, I mean, we all know there's no definitive version of any fucking myth, so this is all up in the air. But, like, if you got a prophecy from the bitches who can see the future, and they said, oh yeah, Fenrir's going to be a evil person. He's going to do bad things. And then, like, because you end up in a situation where, like, if you don't do anything, then you're going to end up fucked because you know that he's a bad guy and you did nothing about it. But if you do something, then it ends up being the thing that makes him mad at you, and it's like, well, fuck. There's literally nothing I could do.
So,
fuck
like,
you, I'm going to do.
With Fenrir's characterization, actually, I guess you could literally argue it's a matter of you betrayed him, so he decided that you were his enemy. But, considering his characterization was also, hey, I think I'm the strongest, therefore I don't need to follow you, therefore I want to keep on challenging myself. It could very easily evolve into, I think I'm the strongest, therefore I have no respect for you, and you can't do anything about it, which would cause him to betray them anyways.
Something.
So, like, I guess deterministic universe being what it is... Ooh. Alright, you know what, guys? I'm real tired of getting real tired of your shit. That was the wrong one.
Okay, this is hilarious. Some guy, let me see, who is Gangrilly? Is that the guy who wrote this book, or what?
But my point was more so that if you change Odin's behavior here, it changes the dynamic of the story. Instead of Odin being the asshole, he's somebody who's accepted his lot in life and has decided to live just however he feels like living, which is a very different characterization. I guess it doesn't do much for the story itself, but it's interesting to think of an alternate character interpretation, at least to me.
If you want an alternate character interpretation, maybe he didn't go far enough. I'm on the Wikipedia page, and it says that the reason why I didn't kill Fenrir after they bound him up was because they so greatly respected their holy place they didn't want to defile them with wolf's blood, even though the prophecy says that he'll be the death of Odin, which is like, wow. So you're telling me if you were just committed to being an ass and gone all the fucking way, you'd be done.
Just drag his ass outside if that's the case. It's not like you're keeping him in there the whole fucking time.
Oh, no, they are.
Drag his ass... What?
It's a forest.
Oh, I thought the holy place was actually...
No, it's a holy forest.
Okay.
Like, literally. Just don't do half measures, man.
I mean, yeah, if they would have, like, I don't know, instead of sending Hell down, indoctrinated her with the same books that you were indoctrinated with, they, like, maybe would have had an undead army on their side instead of on Loki's side. Maybe if instead of fucking destroying Loki's entire family... Oop. Oh.
I mean, to be fair, Loki is a horrible parent.
I mean, that's pretty fucked up. What did he do that was so bad?
Just everything. He literally cannot go a day without fucking something over.
But that doesn't mean he's a bad parent.
I'm pretty sure that he's the reason why Fenrir's an ass. Like, he got to raise him, and look how he turned out.
No, he didn't.
But he was an adult. Let's see.
No, he didn't raise any of those kids.
Oh, he dragged him. They dumped him in the woods. Let you look at that. Okay, man, you could have done so much. Man, just quit being a damn pussy is all I'm gonna say. If you want to kill your kid because he's gonna kill you and marry your wife, why not just fucking kill your kid and just quit being a pussy and dumping him on a mountain? You know that this is gonna turn out.
Somehow got back to Oedipus, alright.
That's how all these fate prophecy stories go. It's all the same stuff.
I mean, I guess.
It literally is, you know? Like, you get a prophecy. He tells you, yo, this guy is gonna kill you. And you're like, fuck. If I ignore him, then I'm a dumbass. And if I kill him, then I'm a psychopath. What do I do?
But I mean, it's like the whole... What was the Tom Cruise Future Police movie?
Oh, Minority Report. But that was a cop. They had the cop out of like, oh, actually, sometimes doesn't work out. Like that's not how it works in like Greek mythology.
But could you really take the chance of it not working?
What, the Minority Report?
Yeah, but also like, what if fate in Greek and Norse myth was not absolute so much as, well, I mean, it's pretty much
it literally is
absolute. So yeah, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about these Greek and Norse myths is that pretty much any option you can think of for fucking around and finding out, they have fucked around and found out.
Yeah. There's not much that you can do to change it. Okay.
Like, if you go to the Oracle at Delphi and she tells you that some shit's gonna go down, you better hope that, like, it's gonna be like, oh, when they said they were gonna open up my chest, they meant my treasure chest. Oh, that makes sense.
Man, that would be like the most toothless freaking myth. That's exactly the kind of myth I want to... that's exactly the kind of fate I want foretold of me.
That was inspired by the Spiderwick Chronicles.
Okay.
There's this poem that these kids find, and it's like, in a man's torso you will find a secret, something, something, something. And the kid is like, fuck! I'm gonna have to like find a dead body? It's like, no, in a man's torso, his chest.
Is it like poorly translated or what?
No, it's a kid's book, and so it like they don't really think it through.
But I mean, in story, what is their reason for misunderstanding?
Because it says in a man's torso.
But is it like, was it in a different language translated into English? Is what I'm asking.
No, it's literally just English. I think like some fairy wrote it. And yeah, I think he was just fucking with them. You know how it goes.
Yeah, the Fae are not direct, and even when they are, they're not.
Those books were interesting, but they were also really fucking short, and I checked them out from the library, so like, you would get a book, and I'd finish it in like an hour, and it's like, damn, this sucks.
It's crazy that libraries exist, man.
Yeah.
Imagine going to a place and getting a book.
Yeah, you can't do that anywhere but a library.
Look at this beautiful world. Did I finish this burial chamber or not? I do not recall.
It's hard to say. Yeah, I think I got through the main series Spiderwick, and then I did like a second series that was about different kids, and I couldn't get through it because the books were too fucking short.
Let's find out.
Oh! I was wondering why you built a burial chamber, and like, oh no, it's part of the game. Just, some casual grave robbing, you know how it goes.
Look. Oh, fuck. I thought my axe swinging up as I was walking was a dude for a second. I was like, shit! I think I cleared this one. Considering it's the only one on my map, it's probably the one that I got,
Yeah.
This way. The circling course fun.
So is grave robbing ethical if the inhabitants of the grave are trying to kill you first?
I mean, are they really inhabitants at that point?
I mean, they're more inhabitants than dead bodies, I would argue, but that's personal interpretation.
I guess. Hey, look, doors. You dare? That's what I thought.
Man.
Ow! God.
Alright, the next.
Yeesh. I was just trying to hit you with my axe. I didn't think you'd attack me. God! So rude. That neck was my favorite neck. But I did hate that fool. Let's see, this is over here, so this area. I doubt there's gonna be a boss arena over here, but we'll find out. Let's find out if I can find that 2-star boar. Oh. Oh my. Oh! Okay.
I mean, he's probably spawned, but we can dream.
Oh! Here we go. The closest elder. Oh my.
Man.
Oh my. Guess I'm building a carve. Or a raft. Whatever.
Don't you just hate it when your elder's really far away?
My elders are never far away. Except for this one. Great. Now, if I ever go over to him, I can summon him and hopefully kill him.
So, not counting Sif, who's the easy choice, what Norse god would you associate most with opening an OnlyFans?
I mean, Loki.
Yeah.
And then Thor.
You know what? I'll give you that one. He did really like dressing up like a woman, didn't he?
Oh no, he fucking hated it. But I don't think he'd understand what the fuck OnlyFans is about and would just, like, post him slaying shit.
Some people will pay for that, man. Yeah, but we can't do the goddess of fertility, man. It's too easy.
I mean, when you think about it, Thor is kind of a god of fertility.
Well, he's married to Sif, so that would make sense.
No, I mean, like, he was originally, like, supposed to be some sort of harvest god or some shit.
Yeah, probably.
Which is a weird thing. And a couple of, like, polytheistic, religions, mythologies, whatever. For some reason, harvest gods like that tend to also get wartime application.
I guess you gotta pull double duty or some shit.
I'm sure there's a reasonable and understandable reason to that, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I have assumptions, but I've made myself sound like a dumbass enough on this channel for 1 century.
Damn. Rest in fucking peace.
Oh, carrots!
Oh, Sif does have a child with Thor. That makes sense. Since she's the fertility goddess.
Sorry, doesn't she have, like, 2? At least?
Well, she has unpronounceable Norse runes. Who is like? Let me go see it.
Is it
It's
Magni
Old Norse.
and Modi?
Thrud, Norse for strength. The daughter of Thor and Sif, who serves ale to the Valhalla people who died in battle. I'm not gonna pronounce their Enerjar, whatever.
How is it spelled?
Einher jar.
In her jar. In high jar?
Yes, it really in her jar.
I was just typing it into the chat in game. Not that it fucking matters since this is not a server.
Yeah. And the other kid she had was Uller, who was associated with archery, but it didn't. The way that they said it, it says the mother of that girl by Thor and of Uller, which makes it sound like as if Uller is not Thor's kid. Which, like, I don't know.
Oh, right, I was here for Tim.
Nobody gives a shit about Uller. He only has, like, nothing on his fucking page. Okay, yeah, Uller is Thor's stepson.
Stepson?
Yeah.
Who the fuck was Sif married to before?
Apparently it's unrecorded in surviving sources.